stream is ready. Let me just share the link with you. Okay guys, I have small technical problems. Let's give a pause, maybe up to 1 minute, and I'll be with you. Apologies for this. Okay guys, it should be up right now. Please check if the link I just pasted to the Lecture.E-Uni works. Okay, Daniel, most likely you either have too low skills, yeah, too low skills, too low scan strength to get it pinpoint. Okay, so yeah, you see a lot of things on my screen right now. But first of all, let me show you how to open up the probe scanner. Let me first of all hide myself away. I'm in right now in space, in so-called safe spot. This is how to create or how to get safe spots. I strongly suggest to you to read it up on the bookmark wiki page. It is very helpful for all explorers, and I do strongly suggest to do it even if you're in a high security system, for as example I'm right now. Okay, so closing down the probe scanner, and right now I'll show you how to open it up. So there are two options. As I already mentioned, you can use the shortcut of Alt-P in Windows, or you can just click on within this your ship UI. So in here you have access to all of the scanners. There's a directional scanner. We'll not go into details right now about it. Moon analysis, I have no idea what this does. And this one over here, this is your probe scanner. This is your friend. So over here there are few options that you can set up for your probe scanner. The most important one is the filters over here. So there are five, I think as a standard, 5 filters that can show you different things or governs what this scanner shows you. I usually don't want to see anomalies, which yeah, there are lots of in the system I'm currently in, because it basically blurs down my view and I'm focusing only on the cosmic signatures. I'm also not interested in structures which will show up if I use the combat probes. I'm not right now, but you might be. They are also not interesting to me. I always show up drones, although again I need the combat probes to show them here on the list, and ships as well. While using a different ship, more tanky, more fitted for combat, and using the combat probes to find them, this is what you show up. Why is it important to check the filter first? Well, because if you like this, I know I clicked it once at the very beginning of my journeys as explorer. I have this option unclicked, and I was like traveling half the galaxy and wondering where the hell are the signatures? Where did they all go? So yeah, please make sure that your filter shows cosmic signatures. Okay. So let's go quickly through those options we have here in a probe scanner. So analyze, it will this button is, let's say, most important. So once you get the probes out, it will allow you to actually start the analyzing process. They will start their signals to be bumping around from then, trying to pinpoint the location of the signatures. You'll see in just a moment how to use it. Next, next button is the launch pinpoint formation. In just a moment I'll show you how those two different, so launch spread and launch pinpoint formation, looks like on the system screen. The next button is save current formation. This will help you if you change the formation of your probes to a custom one. I will not be showing that to you today. That will be a part, let's say, for the exploration 102, so more advanced one, to try out. And the last button is recover active probes. You should use this after you scan down all the signatures in the space in the given system, to make sure they return to your inventory of your ship. And the last important button is the solar system map. I showed you on the slides as well how to open up. Okay, so I will launch the probes in just a second. I'll need to uncloak for that. And let me hide away. Okay, so right now I'm in a very safe position because I'm hidden, cloaked. My probes are up, and this screen you see here, the solar system map, this will be where you will be making most of your, or all of your scanning and exploration. So as you can see, there are few important things to understand what is showing on this screen. So the red spheres, this one, and this one, these are the representation of your unknown cosmic signatures. As you see, I hover them over on the list. They highlight on my screen here. This sphere that you see here, which is centered about well, me, because I am here in this spot, this location. This is the graphical representation of the of my directional scan. I will not go into much detail right now because it shouldn't be required for you to use it within high security system, and this is where I strongly suggest to start out the exploration. I just want to let you know what you are seeing. So this is the graphical representation of my directional scan range. And the last but not least is this. This is a cube that represents a center of my probes formation. So in just a moment I will show you that there are individual probes out there. By using the shift button you can highlight them and actually select them to move them individually, as you can see right now. So each of the individual probes have their own cube that you can move around. Let me show it to you right now. Right now moving any individual probe. Yeah, can move them. This is used to set up a custom formations, but like I'm saying, this is just a beginning. You need to know that, okay, if it looks messier or actually something like that, okay, then you most likely made or maybe not mistake, but by accident you used a shift button somewhere while trying to scan, and your formation is out of order. But no problem, clicking launch pinpoint formation again and it goes back to the standard formation. So right now I want to show you, right, so this is how the pinpoint formation looks like compared to the spread formation. Yeah. So the spread formation used to be used to get those red spheres back in the days. In the first place. Right now you already have them shown in space, so you don't need for just scanning signatures to use them down. But this formation is definitely important when you're hunting other people or drones, because this way you can cover more space and get some initial readings much easier. But let's return to the pinpoint formation. So you can move your formation of your probes on a different ways. For example, like this, you can just from any different random point of view just grab the cube and move it around. But I strongly suggest against it, because there are better and more accurate ways to find or act while pinpointing the signatures. So right now, by an example, I'll show you how exactly do it and how to do it efficiently. So let's select the first out of the signatures out of the list, and double click on it on a list, so it will be centered on your system view screen. And then right now you can start to move your probes to the right location so you can scan down the signature. So the best way to do that is do it from two views, starting from top and then going to side to move your probe formation. So I'm right now looking at the signature and the whole plane here from the top. I grab the cube with the hovering over, and as you can see it highlights a little bit red when I hover over it. Move it to the center of this sphere of the signature. Then move into side, and by clicking on those arrows I grab it and move it up, and this way I aligned the center of my formation perfectly with the sphere representing the cosmic signature. So the only other thing left for you before you click on Analyze button is to make sure that the side of the range that your probes are scanning is containing the full sphere you're trying to pinpoint. If you make it too low, you might miss something, because as I said, depending on your deviation, the signature can be somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here. So you always want to make sure that your the range of your scanning probes is larger than the sphere that you're seeing here. And then it's all set. You just click on Analyze. Are there any questions at this stage? Something I missed or something is unclear? Okay, so the first analysis is over, and as you can see, it returned a dot. And right now, as you can see, it shows somewhere here in space. So all we need to do is continue scanning. So double click on a signature in here or in here, so over there on the list, and again it's in center of your screen, and looking from the top, move the formation, looking from the side, move the formation, and decrease the range of your scanning by one level. By one level, I mean when you look at here, it shows how large, how many EU each of the scanning sphere contains. It was 8 EU when we scanned previously. Moving on to 4 AU and clicking Analyze again. You will repeat those activities until you get the signature to 100%. Okay, so right now as you can see, we hit to 29.4%, and it already shows us what type of the signatures it is, which is combat site. Normally you will not be very much interested in those and just skip and continue scanning the rest of the signatures, but for the sake of the practice, let's continue to do it. So going from top, aligning, going from side, aligning, decreasing the range by one step, and again analyze. So the analysis soon should be over. Yes, and we get quite high, 86.5%. We already know what's the name of the signature. We can use it, or I sometimes suggest to you, if it's even if it's a combat site, to just Google it. What does it mean? It will tell you, if you're interested, what kind of ship, what kind of enemies you encounter, what kind of ship you need to make sure you get out of such combat site safely. So again, I'll align from top, align from side, decreasing by one step, and analyzing. And it should be over in just a second. And as you can see, it went down to 100%. And when it goes to 100%, it is no longer show. It allows you to warp to. So if you click on it, you warp to this location. And in terms of scanning down the signatures, that is it. There are sometimes trouble that, let me check if I can quickly while I'll talk this through. You can encounter a signatures that after scanning attempt it returns not a single but a double dot. There are two schools in such situation. You either create this sphere, or set up the formation and get the sphere large enough to cover both dots. Oh yeah, you're lucky. As you can see right now, this single signature here, oh, not this. Ah, damn it! Sorry, I thought that this is a single signature showing two dots. Unfortunately, no, I was mistaken. There are two separate signatures. So unfortunately, I will not be able to show you this specific situation and how to deal with it. But either way, if there are two, you can cover them all by your spheres, or just select one, try to scan it down. If it was successful, then good. If it returns zero and no signal found, I suggest for a given signature to select the other dot and do the same. It will the other time around find something. Okay, so I might continue to scan this now in later on. Let me just double check right now. Are there any questions? Maybe to show something more. Okay, then let's move on to the last slide of the presentation, which is the slide 19. I will quickly go through with this on what are the exploration rules. Well, not maybe rules, but things to remember. So safety first. That's why I suggested to always scan out from the safe spot. Come prepared, so make sure that you have all of the modules that you will require equipped and fitted to your ship. So probe launcher, data and relic analyzers. The other, as I said, are maybe not necessary but strongly suggested. Expected to lose the ship? Well, yes, there will be people hunting you down. Even in high sec, they will lose your ship while attacking you. But if you already been to several data relic sites and found some loot, it will either way or can be profitable to them. So even in high security systems, you need to be aware and on your toes to make sure that you always look for people trying to hunt you down. Boldly go where no one has gone before. Well, yes, by that I mean always when even in high sec you try to find a good location to let me just close and open up again. When trying to find a good location to scan, look for this option, average pilots in space in the less than 30 minutes, and look for those places, let's say like this one, to also it's low sec, but either way, which as you can see has 0 people in space. So you want to go when no one has gone before, at least in the last 30 minutes. Okay, and with this, let me just one more time check, are there any questions, anything else you would like me to explain? Alright, then this will conclude the class. Thank you all very much for joining. Have a good luck in explorations. If you have any questions after some of your exploration attempts, feel free to email me in game. I'll try to add those up to the frequently asked questions, possibly to the class itself. So the next time it's already being told to other trainees. So thank you very much once again. It was happy to have you, and have a good day and exploration efforts. Cheers, bye.